Hello. How are you, beloveds? Greetings. This is your goddess guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Greetings, greetings, greetings to you. Much love, much peace, much harmony. Hoping all is well with everyone. So I first of all want to start off, because I know how my mind works, asking how was the full moon in Aries for you? It's probably been a week since that full moon, because we're in the second quarter moon phase, which means we are in release mode. We need to be thinking about what we want to let go of. That full moon may have illuminated some things that need to be released. Of course, before the moon was in Aries, it was in Pisces. And I had sort of a layover from Pisces into Aries initially, where I just felt completely and totally drained. I could not figure out what in the world other than moon in Pisces, and my sun sign is in Pisces. So what happens in Pisces affects me. And when I came into Aries, I just felt really tired. But by the end of that Aries full moon, I was wondering when I was going to hear from you, Quan Nubian. Hey, mama. I'm asking about how was that Aries full moon for you last week. But once the moon was in Aries for like at least 24 hours, I got supercharged with energy. And last Friday, I got so much done that I had been meaning to get done that I just couldn't get done. So I got that done. I was talking to someone the other day about how I've learned how the moon works. And I just want to encourage you all to keep up with what sign is the moon in. I think the moon is in Cancer right now. Even I need to figure that out. I have an app that shows me what it lets me know when the moon has shifted into a new sign. I'm almost positive we're in Cancer, either Gemini or Cancer right now. So Gemini means we're going to have some fun. Our mind might really be, on point, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which means that the mind is on point. If it's in Cancer, we might be feeling a little bit emotional. We might be in the feels about some stuff. But we have to remember our emotions are indicators. We are emotional beings. Our emotions are messages. They don't run us. We get to choose how we experience things emotionally. If you're feeling extra emotional, maybe there's something that needs this being brought up for you to heal. Okay. Quanubian, I'm glad to hear you're feeling stronger, that you had a good Aries moon. Aries is about strength. It's ruled by Mars. So that is a blessing. So let us stay abreast of the moon phases. Once the moon goes into Leo, we'll be feeling playful and more confident and courageous. We just want to make sure we don't fall into arrogance. Feel confident about you doing you, though. Feel confident about that. But we can be king and queen of our own homes. Everybody may not bow down to us, all right? But that's okay. We got to walk in our queendom and our kingdom. We have to do that. So what I wanted to talk about today briefly is Jupiter moving into Scorpio. So it is creating a new energetic shift for us, which should be positive. Don't we need some good news? Oh my gosh, I need some good news. And again, with me being a budding astrologer, I can't talk super detailed like astrology, other, people who are more advanced than me can. What I do know is I'm pretty sure it was 2012 was significant. I don't know if Saturn was in Scorpio, but it had something to do with Saturn. I think Saturn maybe was in Scorpio. And how hard 2015 was for a lot of us. I talked about that before, maybe even 2012 and 2015. And so what is happening, even with Jupiter being in Scorpio this time, because Jupiter will revisit every sign every 12 years. 12 years ago, when Jupiter was in Scorpio, it was a time where you could experience expansion, but just with the energetic setup of all the planets and how they were interacting with one another. It was hard. You would get there, and you would be grateful by the end, but you would feel like it wasn't an easy trip. That was back in 2006, around 2005, 2006. But the benefits are good, because for me, that's when I initiated into the Sacred Feminine Mysteries. And I have grown since then, and I'm now feeling myself opening to a new expansion, especially in my work as priestess and in my work as an artist and a health and fitness professional. So it was hard, but I have made it. This time around, with Jupiter moving into Scorpio, the aspects are good. The way the planets will interact, especially, I know Saturn is going to help this energy of Jupiter in Scorpio as it aspects Pisces and Cancer. It doesn't matter what your sun sign is. I know a lot of people know what their sun sign is. That does not necessarily matter. What matters is where is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer in your birth chart. And it would be good for you to go into a birth chart calculator. You have to know your time of birth to find out how your houses are arranged, to know where are those 3 water signs, because that's what is going to be receiving the greatest benefit from Jupiter. But this is why I said awareness is key in the description. If you see that description, awareness is key, because you can still, if you don't know anything about your astrological chart, which you could always pay an astrologer to figure that out. Pisces Moon Goddess is the one I like referring people to. You can also go to astrolata.com and put your information in her birth chart calculator and get information just for a couple of dollars that way. Even if you can be aware of what is coming up, what's knocking at your door, what's knocking at your consciousness about how you need to open yourself up for expansion. We all have those areas of life where we feel like, I know I want to grow in this way. I know that I want more in this manner, in this, in this area of life. And then what are the parts of your life that are speaking to you that you may not be super focused on? So for instance, Lada of Astrolata, I listened to a webinar by her on Jupiter moving into Scorpio, and she talked about how when Jupiter moved into Libra, which Libra is about relationships. If you have Libra, you might be that person that is really good with partnerships. And so she was saying this, when Jupiter moved into Libra, this woman really wanted to get married. But where Jupiter fell in her chart, it was more about her relationship with herself. And so during that time, she opened up she went to college, like she had all this personal growth that happened. And so that's why I always say, it may be an area we're interested in, something that we want, something that we've wanted for a long time, but it might be another area that we need to work on more. And that area will speak to us. Certain things will come up. So you want to try to figure out where are you being pointed and directed into to be open to blossoming and blooming, okay? And what I felt important to say is, for me, this time around, number one, this is my first point, I now know Jupiter has returned to Scorpio. Okay, Jupiter is now in Scorpio, which is significant for me because I'm Scorpio rising, but it doesn't matter. Everyone has Scorpio in their birth chart. Everyone has an inner Scorpio. And so I'm aware of it. I mean, I wasn't aware the previous 3 times. This is going to be my 4th time with having a Jupiter return. And so in Scorpio, and for that to be exact, but Jupiter's in Scorpio. So this is my 4th time, and I wasn't even aware. So now that we are aware that Jupiter is in our birth chart, opening us up in a positive manner, then we need to go with it. When life calls you to expand, don't say, no, not me, which is my 2nd point. Jupiter is about the increase. Now, Jupiter will increase anything, so be careful of what you're increasing, because it'll increase the good and the bad. Some of us might have to watch out with eating, too much festivity. All right, too much festivity. But it's the increase. It's the abundance. Jupiter wants to ease the way, okay? And so what is important is for us to walk with an abundance consciousness and mindset about ourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't have self-worth, then guess what? We'll say, no, not me, Jupiter. No, don't bless me. Don't bless me, great divine power and being of the universe. Don't do it, because I'm not worthy. Some of us are on a level of insanity. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm one of those people who struggle with this thing, okay? But we're on a level of insanity that will say, oh, I want the increase. But then when the increase comes, we say, no, not me. I don't deserve it. I will even be honest with you. I was at a point where I was literally afraid to succeed. Now, I hate to fail now. Don't trust me on that. I'm also very competitive. Not in a cutthroat manner, but I like to be the best, okay? I like walking with the best. I never mind when people shine. I want to hang out with that person, because guess what? I'm about shining, all right? But I began to come to terms with myself that I struggle with succeeding at times, that I struggle with self-sabotage at times, because when the abundance and the flow comes my way, I don't have a good feeling on the inside. And so what do? I say no. I'll find a way to make sure it doesn't happen, because I don't even know how to deal with that. And so fortunately, because I have been more aware and working on myself, this time I feel ready for this flow that's going to come in with Jupiter in Scorpio. And it's going to bless us all if we but would receive it. Now, the other thing that is true, it will require some elbow grease. All right. Yeah, I know Law of Attraction talks about how stuff will be coming to us with ease. But let me tell you what ease is sometimes. Ease means I'm doing this work and I'm not even mad about it. Ease means when I have to do the hard work, I don't have 50,000 things pulling at me, so that I have to just like grit my teeth and just work so hard to get this done. But it will require effort. All right. We open our hands to receive that which is for us, and we take action steps to allow it to happen, which means that we will find the joy in doing the hard work that is required to achieve the goal, which also may mean that we may be sacrificing some other things that we have found to be fun in the past, but really they're just robbing us of our time. They are just, they're energy vampire type activities in our lives. But with Jupiter being in Scorpio with all these positive aspects, and wherever you have Pisces and Cancer, if you have a planet in Pisces or Cancer, and you don't need to know your birth, you don't have to know your time, the time of birth, to know if a planet is in Pisces or Cancer. You're going to get blessed with abundantly. It's all 3 water signs. Woo-hoo! And so we want to open ourselves up to receive all that's coming our way. This is our time, because they're also saying it'll be challenging after this. All right. So 2018 is not necessarily going to be the premier year in all ways. But with this Jupiter, and another aspect or another planetary shift is going to be Saturn and Capricorn, which we all want. We want Saturn to be happy, because Saturn is no joke energy. I love my Capricorns. The people ruled, Aquarius are ruled by Saturn. I love y'all. But Saturn is no joke energy. If you think of Oya, if you know Oya, the energy of transformation, Kali Ma Pele, Sekhmet, woo! To me, that's Saturn type energy. Not always fun, but always beneficial. But when these energies are happy, when this Saturn energy is happy, woo, we might have to worry, but Saturn won't be whooping our butts too much, okay? So next year is set to be a year where we can make advances, which is what we want to do before times come where maybe the advances will be slow in coming. Open yourself to receive that which is yours. Allow yourself to work with the energy and don't push back up against this energy of abundance and flow that we are now going into. So walk aware of what your life is calling you to do. Walk aware of the opportunities that present themselves to you so that you can have benefits. If you don't whine and complain. Just take it like a woman or take it like the man that you are. I mean, this is just where I am today. You know, I want us to move forward, and we have to stop being our own stumbling blocks. Okay? So that's what I want to tell you all today. Jupiter is in Scorpio. Blessings are upon us. We just have to be ready to receive them, because to whom much is given, much is required. So when all this goodness comes your way, how will you use it? Let's make preparation for that. Jupiter will be in Scorpio, positively aspecting Pisces and Cancer until November of next year. So it's an unfolding, and it will set into play things that will unfold for the next 12 years. Thank you, Jupiter. Thank you, Jupiter. Thank you, Scorpio. Let me tell you one other thing. This might even be, well, it's not more important, but it is as important. What does Jupiter in Scorpio mean? Transformation. Transformation. Wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart, that is where you will have some of the most transformative experiences. It's also how you deal with transformation. So transformation is not always easy. So Jupiter bestowing blessings on us may mean that the areas where we need to transform will happen more easily. And so, you know, some people may lose their relationship over the next year. I don't want to lose my husband. I love my husband. You know, I'm just keeping it 100. That's not something I'm really focused on right now. My transformation probably has more to do with right here, me, because it's in my first house. But it will be easier to let it go than perhaps at another time where the energy is a little more harsh. Some people, okay, let me go to first house type stuff. So for me, transformation in my identity, it may be that I'm going to experience a transformation in how I look because it's first house. And so the first house in astrology has to do with the self. It has to do with the body. I received that. Y'all know I've been working on losing this weight. And I have reversed it. I need to upload a video. The sister that said she wanted to know how I got off sugar, I do have that video. I just need to upload a video on how I got off sugar. But I'm finding myself, having been in preparation mode for this time, moving more and more to a place where I'm ready to get a little more aggressive and radical in some of the things that I plan on doing regarding my health in particular, which I do think will transform how I look. I've been feeling like I'm thinking about cutting off my hair. Oh, I don't know. It took me so long to grow my dreadlocks back, but they're driving me crazy. I don't. That's why you see my hair up more. Oh, they touch my shoulders and stuff. And I've told y'all I deal with an OCD, and when I cut my hair off, I don't have an OCD in action. But right now, I'm keeping my dreadlocks. But also transformation for me of how I view myself. So I've been noticing here lately, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. My understanding of myself is more comfortable. I feel way more comfortable with myself. Astrology has led me to do more work in my category called Know Thyself, where I'm like, okay, this is who I am, and I accept it. I'm feeling way more accepting of myself, which will allow me to open myself up to my gifts, my talents, and my destiny. That's first house, okay? Which is very transformative of me because I have been scared of myself. I've been scared of what people think about it, but I'm being transformed. And every time Jupiter comes into Scorpio, I wake up like, whew, I'm more of myself. Where are you needing transformation? Where do you typically experience transformation? Wherever this is, it will be easier for it to happen while Jupiter is in Scorpio, okay? The other thing is you have to think about where is Cancer and where is Pisces. And it's the exact same thing. If Cancer is in your house of money, then making money is going to be a great experience. You're going to find you have more increase. If you have a particular planet in one of these houses, like for instance, Mercury. If you have Mercury in one of the water houses, and once Jupiter hits it, you may find that you're learning new skills. You may find that you meet more people, you get more contacts, especially if you're a business person. So it's a lot of things that we need to sort of focus on and look at the increase and look at what is presenting itself. If you don't know what's going on in your astrological chart, you just pay attention to where does it look like the increase is going to happen. And it's going to be a feeling time, okay? Maybe our intuition will be higher. Trust it. That's something I don't get. How have we allowed ourselves to not trust our intuition? Trust your gut. The only way you can do that is by going with it. When you hear what your gut tells you to do, you do it, and then you'll figure out, okay, was that really my gut? Or was that me just hearing something that I wanted to hear, So it's a very transformative time. And so abundance doesn't necessarily mean there won't be a release, because there will be a release of some sort with Scorpio. Like I said, it's no joke energy. And also another astrologer brought up, Scorpio is going to bring up all the things that we try to keep hidden. It's going to bring it to the top. At the very least of our consciousness. And so these are the kinds of things that we'll be working with. Dark, deep down, stuff that's deep down within. We may feel that we have an awakening to more of the occult, more of the spiritual world, the unseen, because Scorpio is about that. It's about the unseen. Scorpio, a lot of times you think about Scorpios, they can look at you and they're going to know everything about you. Woo! And also Scorpio deals with obsessions. If you have an obsession of some sort, I need to think about that. This may be the time where you can easily move past it. It may just be that your obsession is like, just your desire for it ends, and you can move past it. On the flip side, we gotta, like I said, Jupiter's gonna give the increase. So, if you have a bad moment, it might be that you are finding yourself obsessed with something or someone. Quell it, babies. quell that over obsession. And yes, Scorpios are so smart. And part of the reason they're so smart is they are highly intuitive. I never used to understand Scorpios, didn't even realize I was a Scorpio because I didn't know what Scorpio rising meant. But Scorpios, we give thanks for Scorpio. That's all I can say. We would not transform if we did not have Scorpio. We give thanks for Oya and Sekhmet and Pele and Kali Ma. If we did not have this transformative energy in life, we would never change. Okay? So this is what I have for you all right now. We are still in Libra season. These relationships, creating more balance, having the ability to weigh what is the best thing to do, to see both sides. We're still in that, moving into Scorpio at the end, latter part of this month. So let's enjoy the Libra energy. I love this Libra energy. Libra is fun. I love Libras. One of my all-time best friends, Toya. If you ever see this girl, I don't know if you watch these videos. I love my Toya. Toya is a Libra. She set the bar and she said it well. But anywho, thank you all so much for watching this. Like, share the video with other people you think might benefit from it. More than anything, I want you to benefit from this video. Let me know, how is Jupiter in Scorpio going for you? And we'll be talking about this throughout the year. I would love to divine for you. If you need divination, I use a Meta Neter or Ancient Kemetic Egyptian Oracle, Meridine Logun from Ifa. Looking at astrology, at my particular level of astrology, I use different ways of accessing the information for you. So let me know if I can divine on your behalf. Thank you all so much. I wish you an awesome rest of the week. Peace.